Hello everyone, today we're just going to be looking at a few of the mods that are available for Civ 5. I'm just going to show you some of the ones that I've got currently activated. Right, let's turn this one off because that's not one. These mods here, Building Commerce District. This is a mod made by Thadian and Cyrinno, is that? I think so, yeah. It's basic. What this mod basically does is adds a bunch of buildings like the town square, civic centre, central park, trade fair, and a city zoo. They're like national wonders. They're extra national wonders that you can build. They provide extra happiness, extra gold. They're a little neat little mod to have in the game. It's especially useful if you run out of stuff to build, or you don't want to build military units, for example. You need a bit of extra happiness. So maybe check those guys out. Another one is the Buildings Upgrade System by BlouBlou. BlouBlou's done quite a few mods, which I'm going to mention today. The Building Upgrade System allows you, for example, after you've built a monument, you can go straight on to upgrading that monument. It'll cost you extra gold in terms of maintenance, but then you'll get the extra 1 culture. It's the same with a shrine. It'll cost 2 maintenance and get an extra faith. Because faith is quite powered already, that seems pretty balanced. That's a very good mod, so I'd definitely check that one out. What have we got? Coloured religions, that's a nice little touch to the game. That's nothing really special. The custom advanced setup screen, this is good if you want to play a hot seat mode with your friends. It's got a few extra options in. I haven't really tried that one out, but check out Gedemon if you are looking to get into that one. This foreign trade routes, this is a good mod. I like the idea of this. The way, basically, when you're playing team game, you can build roads to each other and then basically benefit from the trading. I don't know why this wasn't in at the start, but there has been a few bugs in the game in this mod where the AI, whenever I've played the game, like this is when it first came out, they went crazy for the roads. But that's all been patched for now, so as far as I know that's going really well. Again, that's Gedemon who has created that one. Map start, position, a very, I'd say, it's a bit like re-rolling this one for your map. So if you don't like the start location, you can go somewhere else and try it. Doesn't matter where the AI start, you could start an AI in all desert and somehow they will find something to get hold of eventually if they're on like deity, for example, because they get ridiculous bonuses as it is. I love that mod. That is really, it's a nice mod to play. It does have a few issues in terms of playing Spain though, because you can flip around on an Earth map, for example, and you find all the wonders, and sometimes there's a bug where you'll keep the gold or you'll keep the happiness because you've already discovered them. So you got to be careful with that one. Yeah, like I said, it's not for multiplayer use. This one was made by William Howard, so check him out. What else have we got? Okay, we've got a few maps on here. Those ones aren't ones I'd want to mention today. Another one by BlouBlou, Promotions Expansion Pack. This basically lets your archer or any units, it gives them extra upgrades. For example, your archer could have extra sight, or a swordsman could have extra movement, for example. Quite a nice little touch to the game. It really does make it a lot like broadens the horizon. These are the next ones that I really like. Religion Belief Expansion Pack. This one's great. I think it can be a bit overpowered depending who you play as. For example, when I first played this mod, I played as Spain. I started on an Earth map and I had a few natural wonders next to me because I started in America. Once I started getting the wonders out, I could select a belief where it gives you plus like faith or plus food or plus production per wonder. Really good, but can be really overpowered, so you do have to be careful with that one. But everyone can use them, so overpowered, maybe it's just more to do in the game. But yeah, I still use it regardless. Religion, Early Piety, another one by BlouBlou. I really like that idea, where you can go straight into culture and start gaining it really fast, at the cost of expansion and growth, which you get from tradition and liberty. I do like that idea. Is it overpowered? No, because it does depend on how you play it, and plus everyone else gets the benefit anyway, so that's really quite nice. I like that. It really does let you go for a culture start rather than everything else. Religion improved customization. This basically takes away the power the Byzantines have, where they get to choose the extra religion. This coupled with the other mods, it's really nice. So you get a massive broad spectrum of beliefs that you can choose from. The extra religion you can, religious belief you can found, can be anything you want. It could be the religious texts which spread your faith more at a faster rate. Yeah, I like that one. It also changes the Byzantine power to something better. I can't remember really what that is though. That was by BlouBlou again. Another one, no AI, free plottery. This basically stops the AI on difficulty king and above, starting off with that free tech. So it gives you, you know, it's a lot easier for you to get a religion going. Because I find when you play on deity, getting a religion is pretty difficult to get, depending on who you're playing with. It's another one by BlouBlou, that was. There's a mod here by Donquiche. Quite literally, as it says, reseeding the map. You go up into the options and you can reseed the map over and over again until you find a map that you really like. You can get rid of the fog of war on the map, so you can see the map and see if you like playing it. It's down to people who want to find that map they really want to play. They want to make sure everything's perfect on it, because there's sometimes when you're playing a game, you'll find that one of your opponents had the El Dorado Wonder or the Fountain of Youth or Healing, is it? Maybe you didn't want that, so you'd want to change that. You know, that'll help you rule out those things. So check that out if you want to try it. Another one by BlouBlou. When you build a mint, copper is included, so you get extra money. That's a nice little addition, I think, because copper is one of the most useless resources in the game. SloMo Science by Cyrinno. It literally just slows down the science. So you could be building, you know, scouts at 3 turns each, but then research and science might take 16 turns instead. That's an example. I like it. It makes you stay, you know, even though you can have a bit of a quick game, it makes science quite important. Makes it last longer. Social policy rebalancing, that does a lot. This does a lot to the game. It really does rework everything. It's worth checking out, I think. It makes the game very interesting. For example, piety turns into a wonder builder, as an example. It really just mix stuff around, and that's made by Machiavelli. I can't pronounce some of these names. What else have we got? Another one by BlouBlou, Polder extension. The Polder is built by the Dutch, I do believe, but that eradicates that and makes it so that every civilization can build it. The Dutch have their ability reworked. I can't remember what they have reworked. Oh yeah, they have a specific building they can build which replaces the windmill. I believe it's just the Polder building instead, and I'm not too sure about the specs, but yeah, definitely check that one out. What have we got? We've got the Goths. I haven't played of them before. This is by Tomatekh. They seem like a pretty interesting civ to play as. For example, let's see what they get. They get a unique ability. Melee units heal after pillaging a non-road improvement. Retains control of units even after you lose your last save. That's kind of cool. I like that. It means you can still make a massive impact in the game, even if you've lost all your cities. That's probably best for multiplayer games, so then you can have someone give you a city or something like that, for example. Unique unit, the Gordra. 1 combat, can +1 combat strength, can use enemy roads, replaces swordsman. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's just basically a stronger swordsman. And using the enemy roads is handy, because when Alexander starts building towards you with his roads, you can just race up his roads and basically take his cities. 1 faith per cattle, sheep, worked by others. See, that's very good for early game. That will get you the religion real quickly. And then there's a few known issues. If 2 or more players are using Goths, the Goth flag icon for additional players does not display properly. Well, that's not a bug, to be honest. That's just one of those things. Generally, you don't want to play the same civ on the same game anyway. And the last one, this one's by BlouBlou again. Changes the warrior to the scout, which I find is quite nice. Gets you scouting quite early. Some of you might not want that. Some of you might just want the warrior for protection. Right, I'm just going to go into a quick game and show you some things. For those of you who don't know what Steam Workshop is, it's literally just a place to get the mods. It's really good. As you've seen, you might have seen when I was scrolling down, it said update. It means you can constantly keep the patched mods up to date. It's kind of like using Desora and things like that. It does make the game take a while to load, as you can see now. Yeah, I don't know what to say now for this. Just give it a moment. There we go. It tells you all the mods in use, which is quite nice. It also tells you the version number. So if we go to setup game, let's just do randomize, because to be honest, I'm just going to show you this. If I put it on a quick game, we start the game. Paculti, who is Slinger in Stone Temple.
Your loyal subjects greet you, King Pachacuti. You rule the Inca people.
I like Paculti.
From their beginnings in the small state of Cusco, the Incas displayed their
they are hard names to pronounce.
Marching to war.
Units ignore terrain costs when moving into any terrain on hills. That's really nice. It means, for a terrain like this, it'd be really nice. There you go, see, I start with Scout, so I can go up here. Yep, so if I just settle down now, and we start building a monument. My frames are probably going to go flop right down in a minute. If we just go for animal husbandry. Oh, I might need to just go for pottery actually. Ah yes, I can show you some of the unique buildings here. There's the town square, so you get +1 happiness. It says it provides some gold, but it doesn't look like it to me. The trade fair, maybe that's what it means, because it links to the trade fair. The trade fair will give you another happiness and +4 gold. Also, 1 gold per spice and banana worked by the city. Helpful if you're in the jungle. It just gives you a little bit more power there. You've got Civic Centre, which provides gold and happiness, and I have Central Park. Again, I think that's a little bit down here. Central Park's there. Yeah, so without the Civic Centre, you can't build Central Park. So that gives you +2 happiness. The zoo, +1 gold for each animal resource. That's quite nice. I like those little things. I think that's about it. Yeah. Here we go. You can create a polder on guilds. That's the magical coloured rainbow farm thing, which gives you +5 gold if you're next to a river. +5 gold, +5 food, sorry. What else we've got? I think that is pretty much it. There was one more thing, wasn't there? You're all shouting at me now, telling me get on with it. Yes, so let's go into the game and see what we can do. I will quickly show you the upgrade system. I will put him on automated. Camp, great. It's a nice little looking map, this, I like it. That's cool. Oh, I can show you the, oh, here we go. So yeah, I can adopt piety straight away. This is with the rework from the, yeah, this has got the rework, the policies rework, so everything's all called the same stuff. All abilities have changed, so adopting tradition, +3 culture, +10% growth in the capital. Adopting all policies in tradition tree give you +1 production, +1 gold for each 4 citizens. So it does work for highly populated cities. So at the start you can get an extra science slot and art slot in every city. That's handy for getting your great people out early, if you can. Oh, and your science and your culture. That's nice, that is. Again, it's going off the population of the city. The growth might offset the first slot that you put on your city. You may want to look at getting the Temple of Artemis if you've got that DLC. So you get the Landed Elite, 25% food is carried over after every born. Oligarchy is 20% production in the capital, and gold maintenance of all buildings is reduced. That's helpful. And then 50% happiness in the capital, 10% happiness from another unoccupied cities. So that's good. That's good if you're staying as one. If you're using one city at a time. What else have we got? Liberty is the rapid expansion, so you get the +1 science, +1 gold. That's good for very early game. Even if you are going for our populated cities, it's still quite a nice little thing to jump up to. Construction rate. We've got what? +1 food for every. Oh yeah, +1 food and 1 extra citizen for every city you build. That's nice. It gets you going quicker. These abilities could possibly make the game go a lot faster. +2 happiness per luxury resource. That could be extremely overpowered. But they've changed the commerce. Okay, so they've basically brung this over. Yep, so that's about the same then. Representation. Each city will increase culture loss by 30% less. Okay, yeah, it's like before. Also, you get 50% range combat. So if you've got a lot of small cities, but you need some power behind them, you can do that. Okay, honor. Honor is for each unit killed equal to the combat strength of the unit killed. So that means if you've got 6 strength, you will get 6 culture. That's quite cool. That's nice. I like that. That that'd be for people who built a lot of cities. That would. What do you get? Gain gold for each unit killed. Units in the same tile as a great general get +10 health and 25% combat strength. That's cool. I like that. That should be already in the game as it is, to be honest. The closer you are to the great general, the better the leadership. +1 happiness from all military buildings, barracks, armory, military academy. Upgrading military units is reduced 25%. Wounded units inflict 25% more damage. That professional army would be good with Japan, since they get the whenever you, even if you're wounded, you fight at full strength. So you'll do more damage when you get wounded, on top of the damage you're already doing. So wow, that'd be pretty insane. Military units gain 50% more XP, and great generals move twice as far. This one I like. I think a lot of us like this one. We got a soft spot for wonders. Everyone loves to build him. 20% production when building wonders. That'd be good when you're Ramses. So that's 40% extra. What else do you get? Adopting all policies will give you 20% science while the Empire is happy. 20% discount on all religious buildings and units when buying with faith. So you get +1 culture, science and faith for every world wonder. That can be extremely overpowered if you are Ramses, for example, who can churn out these world wonders very quickly. Once you couple it with, for example, oligarchy, you get an extra 60% towards building the wonders. And considering you got like landed elite, the extra tradition, and then if you adopted them all the policies, you're getting so much production. What else have we got? Golden Ages lasts 50% longer. Culture is increased 25% in all cities which have built a world wonder. Again, if you can build a world wonder in every city, then that is a brilliant thing to go for. 2 happiness from every world wonder. Really concentrating on the world wonder building here. I do like it. It makes the world wonders really sought after. 2 happiness, 1 culture for each access happiness. Oh, I see. No, 2 happiness and 1 culture for every excess happiness. That's cool. So for 60 happiness, you'll get 60 culture. Simple as that. That does make it, although you'd be pretty far into the game by the time you complete this piety tree. Oh yeah, that's just so you know, the social reworking, that does not include the piety being available early. That's the other mod that BlouBlou did. Okay, what have we got else? We've got patronage. What do they do? So resting points 15 when you first adopt it. Adopting all policies in the patronage tree increases the quantity gifted by city-states. Happiness from gifted luxuries increased by 50%. City-states you conquer give +4 happiness. That's a confusing one, that is. That makes you want to conquer and befriend them. So gain 40 influence of all city-states or when a great person is born. Okay, so religious and cultured, you gain influence when you make a great artist. That's good. That is very good if you want to make friends and you're going for a bit of great artist. Production. Gain 300 culture when you liberate or capture a city-state. That'd be very good for early game. If you could get there quick enough. City-state you conquer, get 25%. Wow. That basically, if you had 42 city-states on the map and you conquered a lot of them, you'd be getting a lot of culture back from them once you puppeted them. Other players' influence with city-states decreases 25% more per turn. I don't know how those work. Well, imagine if you had 22 players who each had one of those, and you would like. That means your influence would decrease like 600% more. That'd make it impossible to stay friends with a city-state. I can't see how that works. City-states you conquer get 25% production. So again, we're looking at conquering. All city-states which are allied provide science boost equal to 25% of what they produce themselves. Those are nice, yeah, that's like for vanilla game lines. City-states you conquer, 25% science. So again, conquering looks like it's more of a... Ah, you can get gold for this one as well. So yeah, conquering seems to be the big thing rather than friendship in my opinion. Okay, moving to commerce. Adopting commerce will gain you 2 gold from every merchant specialist, 10% from every harbour and seaport. 10% from every harbour and seaport. That means you will need a lot of harbours and seaport. Oh, I see. No, my mistake. Similar to the temple in Piety in the vanilla game, it will provide 10% extra gold. I assume that's what that means. Which is handy, because then that will override the maintenance cost. Adopting all policies in commerce tree will grant money per turn. Ah yes, I've seen this in play when I've played before. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It does make you need to spend your gold a lot. If you have nothing, you'll be getting a lot of gold in. Stops you from hoarding it really, so you can make good use of the ability. +1 gold from resources and +2 gold from great percentiles. That's good. It aims at helping people out if they're low on gold. 1 science, 1 culture from a trade post. Makes trade posts very sought after, especially when you got them inside a jungle. So if you're in a jungle and you got that, that's very good. +1 happiness for each city you own. That's nice. It provides 25% bonus from trade routes. That's Machu Picchu right there, which is quite handy. And if you had Machu on top, you'd be making an absolute mint. And if you were the Solomon, I believe it's Solomon. Yep, that'd be crazy. 10% gold from markets, mints, banks, 17% from stock exchanges. That's nice, I like that. It means the gold will be piling up. I can imagine in the future games, because I've never really properly played one of these games. I played one with Spain with all these mods activated, and I dominated the deity game. Purely because these mods are really quite strong if you know how to work them. Purchasing items requires 25% less gold. Yeah, that's nice. That's a Big Ben. So with Big Ben on top, it'd be even lower. So rationalism is good for people who want to generate science. Yeah, like before. Provides science and culture when a city population grows larger to its largest size it's ever been. The bonus is 5 times the number of citizens in the city. Adopting rationalism provides science and culture when a city population grows to a larger size than it has ever been. Okay, so for example, if you had 5 cities that were 1 population, then you took that, then you went up another one, then it would basically give you 2 science and 2 culture for every city, and then so on and so on. Oh, hang on. The bonus is 5 times the number of them. Okay, so that means you'd get 10 science, 10 culture from that 2 population city. This will be handy with Liberty, I believe. Be good for early game, but early game's difficult for when you're in Renaissance. Adopting all policies in the rationalism tree will grant you 1 food tech, +1 food, and +1 science for every 4 citizens. That's pretty cool. It helps you stabilise a fast-growing empire. 15% growth in every city, I like that. 25% gain from research agreements on top of a porcelain tower. That will be very powerful. Also, gold upgrading is reduced 25%. It's also 25% here as well. I think Big Ben does that for upgrading units, or is it? No, it's the Pentagon that does that. The Pentagon, rationalism, and honor all combined would make it dirty cheap, but to be honest, by the future game you've got pots of money as it is. 2 science for every specialist, that's good for great people. A little weak, I think, considering it's the Renaissance, considering how often you do actually use specialists. I find myself using about 4 specialists by late game, maybe a few more, depends on the population, but they're difficult to keep going. 15% unhappiness from non-occupied cities. Coupled with aristocracy, autocracy, I can't pronounce that. That's good, and then if you've got Forbidden Palace on top, that's also good, so you're getting like 30% off unhappiness. That'd be good for example, Gandhi maybe, who basically swims in happiness. 17% from universities, 25% from observatories, hospitals and medical labs. Very nice saves. I like that. That would boost your science up a lot. Especially for observatories. So an extra 75% science with an observatory. Then you get the extra 17% with the university. So that's like nearly 90% extra happiness science for doing nothing. Freedom is best for focused on culture victory. Also provides bonuses for culture, great people and specialists. And upon adopting this, the rate of great people which was born is increased to 25%. Good if you've got the national monument, I think it is, which also boosts it, and the gardens, which great generals are born, is increased 100%. Good if you're a war civ, but that's actually very good for defensive civ, because when you play culture, you generally play a very defensive role. So getting the great generals out would be quite necessary. Gain 300 culture when a great person, great general, or great admiral is born. That's very good again, because you're playing the culture game. When you complete that whole track, you get 10% off your. Will get grant 10% in every city. Okay, so every city that you have, you get 10% extra. Don't like that ending one so much. Primarily because a culture game, you'll only build 3 to 4 cities, I think. So 10% over every city. I don't know how much that would be, but generally it's your capital that dominates in the culture production. 1 free social policy. That's I can't complain with that. Moving on to autocracy for military civilizations. Adopting it gives culture every time you build a unit. So keep building the units, equal to twice their combat strength. Okay, so you keep churning out the ultra death robots, and you'll get 300 culture per turn. That's pretty nice. By that late game though, I think you should be worrying. Sorry about that. Also receive 10 culture as plunder for each point of culture produced in the captured city. So this means when you capture a city that's producing, let's say, 200 culture per turn, you will get 2,000 culture for capturing that city. Oh, hang on. For each point. Okay, apparently you'll get 200,000 for that. That's kinda. That's a hard one. That's. You gotta be careful that one, unless I've got that wrong. 10 culture for each point, so 1 point would be 10, 2 points would be 20. Well, it might work, to be honest. By the time you're in the industrial area, you'll probably need it. Adopting all policies in the auto tree will grant your units 20% combat bonus outside friendly territory. That is good for when you got like statue, the Himji Castle, although that's within friendly territory. That'd be good with like statue of Zeus and things like that, I guess. I'm just trying to think of wonders that you could put to it. I can't remember every single wonder in the game. Reduces unit maintenance cost by 25%. It's cool. 25% when building miniature units. Yeah, it's very military-like. Total war. 15% combat strength for all miniature units which have another one next to it. So that's like the honor tree. It seems they've moved it over here though. That's okay, I guess. Be good for the warriors code. Oh, there you go. So when you've adopted them all, the warriors code, total war, you know, it all adds up. Garrisoned units cost no maintenance and +3 happiness from each garrisoned unit. That's very nice. That's strong. That means when you conquer a city, not only will that unit inside the city cost anything, it'll also halve the happiness from puppeting a city. Although puppeting a city is about 9 happiness. Well, it still makes it a lot less. Eliminates extra unhappiness from puppeting from an puppeted occupied city, and each city you control will increase culture cost by 30% less than all. That's very nice. That makes you really expand. So that's autocracy done. Order. It's made for production and spaceship victory. That's kind of weird. The fact you're going for a policy which specialises in a tech victory. Will grant you 3 science from every engineer and 2 production from a of artist. That's weird. Why would an artist want to produce anything? Adopting all will give you 50% production in cities when constructing spaceship parts. Coupled with the spaceship factory, that'll 100%. That could be extremely overpowered. I'm not sure. 25% when constructing buildings. Quantity strategic resources produces 100%. Okay, I like that one. The buildings one, yeah, I guess that's good for when you build in more new cities. Although this late game, generally don't do it. Gold maintenance cost of buildings reduced 25%. That's nice. Coupled with, I believe there was something over here. No, there's not. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Let's give you extra money. 2 science from every farm. Ooh, tough one. In the industrial area, 2 science is nothing. So it could go either way. Plus, yeah, considering the amount of farms you'd have though, you should have quite a sprawling empire at that point. So that might be good. +1 happiness from every factory, hydro plant, nuclear plant, solar plant, and spaceship factory. That's good. It just keeps the happiness high. That's pretty much it. Let's go for a tradition, and I'll show you the upgrade system real quick. And that should end the video pretty nicely.
Tell the clay, say to him that
I've got another one. Great. So if I go for this, then I can go into my city. Legalism artist on legalism scientist. So I could go shove that guy into there. Although I wouldn't be growing as much, I could get a head start in the science field. How much science am I getting now? +8. Rather than a... let's have a look. Rather than a +5. Okay, so that's quite a lot. Yeah, that's quite a lot. It's quite a big science boost, that is. Especially since you can get the great scientists as well. Here we go. You can upgrade the monument. +1 maintenance. +1 culture. That's pretty much it. That's the same for every single building in the game. Also includes like broadcast towers and things like that. Of course, all the benefits change here and there. At this point, I'd want to go a granary if I want to support this. That's pretty much it for the game. I don't really have anything